हम वक्फेनों के फरजाने आए हैं दुनिया महकाने.
31 years ago, the Caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community launched a scheme unlike any man had seen before. En masse, he enlisted thousands of unborn children to an army that would bring spiritual revolution to the world.
मैंने बाहर निकल के ये कहा कि बेटा अब तुम्हारा और मेरा ताल्लुक बिल्कुल ख़त्म हो गया. अब मैंने जमात के हवाले कर दिया.
Hazur gives a very special attention to these children, and he continues to guide them in every way.
There's not a single moment I would say that I could, if I could go back and choose not to be a Waqf, then I'd really think that I am one of the unfortunate ones.
Now, on the conclusion of this year's National Ijtimas, MTA News looks back over 3 decades and tells the astonishing story of the Waqfenou scheme.
सीनों में नूर खुदा लेकर
قالت امرأة عمران رب إني نذرت لك ما في بطني محررا فتقبل مني إنك أنت السميع العليم.
In 1987, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community was only 2 years from entering its second century. Even as Pakistan's dictator Zia-ul-Haq promised to ruthlessly wipe out Ahmadiyyat, Hazrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad Rahimullah was already foretelling a rapid global expansion of his community's peaceful mission. So he launched the Waqfenou scheme, which saw Ahmadi Muslim parents dedicate their unborn children to the service of Islam.
We need people in future specially trained in some sciences and arts, etc. Now, they can be utilized both through becoming regular Jamia students, or they can be utilized in their own professions elsewhere in the world, because now the Jamaat's work is spreading and we need engineers and doctors and this and that who would serve the cause of the Jamaat but within their own professions. So I have given freedom to all children and parents so far to go by the talents of the children and their own inclinations.
Mothers and fathers hurried to join the new initiative. However, those already blessed with children did not want to miss out.
मेरे दिल में उस वक्त फौरी तौर पे जो है वो जज्बा जो है पैदा हुआ कि हजूर ने इतनी बाबरकत तहरीक फरमाई है तो इसको मैं उबे करूं और हजूर की खिदमत में जो है अपने बच्चों को जो है पेश करूं. और उसके बाद फिर मैंने हजूर को फौरी तौर पे ख़त लिखा.
Then we waited for a long period of time that what Hazur says, and we started praying that may Allah accept our request. And when we received Hazur's letter and he has been requested, and we were so happy to see this, that Hazur has given us this honor.
I would consider myself to be extra special because I was born, as I said, before the Waqfenou scheme, and I feel lucky that my parents had the idea to actually say to Hazur that, look, I've already got a son that I want to put forward in this scheme. He could have just left it, and I couldn't, I wouldn't have had this opportunity.
With the launch of the scheme, the Caliph appointed a young doctor in London to volunteer in an administrative capacity, and he was witness to the miracles that followed.
Many parents, they wrote to Hazur that they had no child for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of life, of married life. And when they decided to act on Hazur's advice and dedicate their future child, God blessed them with the children.
Hazrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad Rahimullah sadly passed away in 2003. But the Ahmadiyya Muslim community was now blessed with its fifth Caliph, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, may Allah be his helper. Within weeks of his election, he addressed the first ever national ijtima of the Waqfenou scheme.
ये वक्फेनौ की जो इज्तिमा इन्होंने किया है अमीर साहब ने, ये बहुत सारे बच्चों में ये एहसास होगा कि उन्होंने हिस्सा लेना था और वो नहीं ले सके. तो इंशाल्लाह उम्मीद है कि आइंदा भी कुछ ना कुछ इज्तिमात होते रहेंगे और फिर से आपसे मुलाकातें भी होती रहेंगी और इंशाअल्लाह ताला हम बातें सुनेंगे भी और करेंगे भी.
Soon the new caliph established MTA's Waqfenou classes, the participants of which he treated with special love.
मैं जो बच्चे चिल्ड्रन क्लास में या वक्फेनौ क्लास में आते हैं, ख़ास तौर पे वक्फेनौ क्लास को मैंने बच्चों को कहा था कि अगर आप लोगों ने ज़्यादा प्राइज़ ना लिए तो मैं क्लास बंद कर दूंगा, लेकिन शुक्र है कि अक्सरियत उन्हीं बच्चों की है जिन्होंने इनाम लिए हैं.
One incident regarding the class, we have, a child here in here in UK, and the father came to me and he said that I am a father of a Waqfenou child, but unfortunately he's not healthy physically, and I don't know whether he can ever sit in this class or so for so much time. Normally Huzur's classes are for an hour, the total time period for the classes. And he said that when we go to Huzur for mulaqat, family mulaqat, we have only 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes regarding our time or the managed time. So I want my child to be there and that he could get all those blessings from the Khalifa or the love from the Khalifa while sitting there for an hour. So I presented this matter to Huzur that father was requesting this, and he was very sorry for this, that and he is worried that will he get this opportunity. So Huzur said, okay, let him come in. And not even that child, Huzur said, okay, ask his father to be there with him. So that father also, got this love and kindness from Huzur, and he was very happy with that.
Now, the eldest Waqfenou had reached maturity and began to report to the caliph.
He came to my wedding and he said to me, what are you doing? And I explained to him that I was Waqfenou and I had just graduated. And he said to me, you need to come and see me in my office. And at that point, after the wedding, when we went to see him, he said, he asked me, again, what I was doing and what my intentions were. And at that point, I said, yes, I was Waqfenou and I definitely would like to carry my waqf on. And he then asked me to send in my biodata and write everything down, what I had done, what I was, doing at that time. And it was at that point I got a call from the Bashir a couple of weeks later saying that, we've got your information, please come and see us. And I went and saw the Bashir department, Majid Tahir Saab. And again, he asked me what my interests were. And he mentioned that Huzur would like you to go into MTA. When you're a Waqf Zindagi, the most amazing thing about it is that you're working under the direct supervision of Khalifa Waqt. And it's him that you report to, it's him that advises you what to do, what not to do. And you have a special bond with him.
2012 brought a new challenge for the Waqfenou department.
Huzur ordered the department to print a magazine for all those Waqfenou boys and a magazine for Waqfatenou girls. So Huzur himself suggested the names for those magazines. For Waqfenou, Huzur suggested that the magazine would be started as with the name of Ismail, and for Waqfatenou, the magazine name was given by Huzur is Maryam.
But in 2012, he asked me to start this magazine, and I was a bit panicked, I must say, and I had fears that I will not be able to do this, because Huzur also advised that this has to be done within a month's time. the contents actually have to be finished by then we can start the printing process and everything. And I went to Huzur, and I was scared and that I will not be able to do so, but Huzur Anwar said that everything will be done inshallah, and he prayed a lot. I felt very much at ease because I had no idea so far about anything about preparing files or writing or anything, but Huzur constantly guidance and prayers, I did manage to serve in this context. Otherwise, I will say that I wouldn't have been able to do so.
By 2017, the small Waqfenou classes Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, may Allah be his helper, established years earlier, had grown to an international scale. During the Caliph's tours, numerous overseas versions were held, while the UK edition expanded enormously.
Last year, when we had a Bustan Waqfenou class here, the number of, all those Waqifin who were in the group of 9 to 12 years, they were more than 500. And Alhamdulillah, it was a good figure, and it was the first time that we were having this much, figure in the class. And I was worried that how to manage in Mahmud Hall. So I wrote to Huzur for the guidance that and even after that in Mulaqat, when we have some official meetings with Huzur for the guidance, I told to Huzur that Huzur, the number has been raised now, and the place is very small, how to manage it, we don't know if Huzur will. We request Huzur to guide us in this way. Huzur said that, okay, this time let them sit near to me as much as they can. I was happy that Huzur is not saying, okay, leave them, or no. This was the love of Khalifa for all those children. He wanted to be with them, even in the area which was not enough for this much figure. He tried to settle with them, to sit with them, to have, open talk with them.
Today, the eldest Waqfin in all are successfully working under the guidance of their Caliph. But the next generation's preparation has already begun.
Alhamdulillah, I have 3 children, and all of them are part of this blessed scheme, and I wouldn't have it in another way. I didn't want them to miss out on a blessing that I was part of. And yes, they'll have their own decision when they grow up. Every Waqf has that decision to make at the age of 16, 18. But right now, for me, it's something that I cannot imagine not putting them in. Or, with my experience especially, I definitely want them to be in this scheme, yeah.
May Allah grant you all the ability to fulfill that sacred pledge and bond that was first made by your parents prior to your birth, and which you have since renewed. And the younger children, Waqfenou, will inshallah will renew. May all of you fulfill your duties and be amongst those who bring about a true and everlasting spiritual revolution in the world. Ameen.